False Start, a college football podcast for everyone and everyone else. I'm your host, John Bueller, lead writer for Fansided. I'm joined today by a man who really knows how to play the clarinet, who catches foul balls with his bare hands, and who may or may not have commandeered a German parade float at least once in his life. Cody Williams, content director, fansided.com. Whether it be the sportos, the motorheads, geeks, sluts, bloods, wastoids, dweebies, dickheads, they all adore you because they think you're a righteous dude. How are you?
He's a righteous dude. Doing good, man. What a day. It is the which you informed us and why we're doing it. The day that Ferris Bueller took off.
Yes, he took him, Cameron Fry, and Slim Peterson took off June 5th, 1985. The movie came out in like July 86, but based on like I think the Cubs were playing the Expos, and that's
Yeah.
that's how they figured this out.
Not if you ask Ed Rooney who what's the score? Nothing. Who's winning? The Bears.
I mean, he's got a lot of issues to deal with right now, but we'll talk about Ed Rooney at some point. They named a band after him, and then they killed him off pretty easily at Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. I'm not going to say it one more time because unless he's
Yeah, we,
here.
we we don't want that. God knows we deal with enough problems beyond having that guy around.
No, but obviously my last name is Bueller. It's spelled differently. We were talking just before on air. I now have an accountability buddy in the NCAA division to help edit my work, and that would be the delightful Sam Ferris. And so it's Team Ferris Bueller, and she spells her last
Both
name
I was about to
different.
say both spelled differently, but it works out.
Yeah, it works out. It works out pretty good. I also mentioned to her because she's a Knicks fan that lives in Austin. She went down to like God, what was it? Game one of the NBA Finals in San Antonio on a
Hmm.
whim. And obviously, we talked a bunch of smack about the Spurs, namely me, for them having a golden horseshoe up their ass. And we've also talked about this on the show. I think I said the Spurs are the equivalent of people who make the office their entire personality.
It's true. It's very true.
But on that note, be sure to give us a five-star review on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere there's buzz. Pay us on Buzzsprout for,
Oh yeah,
for its.
God, just give us the money, dude. Give us the money on Buzzsprout.
I mean, like Ferris Bueller, I don't have a car, I don't have a piece of tin, so I have to envy yours.
That's right.
This
Hey, my
episode's,
my piece of tin currently doesn't have air conditioning just in time for summer in the desert, baby.
I mean, just go to 11, man. Just floor it here because, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop, look around once in a while, you could miss it. We've obviously false started. That's our first and 15. And I'll be honest with you, regardless if you have AC or not, if you're not over here in 15 minutes, you can find a new best friend. Talk portal to me.
That's right.
I should have made the life moves pretty fast part for my yearbook quote. I didn't do that. I think I quoted the Clash because that was me at that point in my life.
I don't even remember what I wrote for mine. It was probably very dumb.
Please don't be beautiful disaster by like 311.
It was not. I promise you that. No,
Yeah.
I don't think I went song lyrics. I'm sure I went some movie quote, but I don't know. Honestly, the most likely candidate is Philip Seymour Hoffman from Almost Famous, about being uncool. Like that's probably what I went with.
Or I want to go fast.
Yeah, all right. I want to go fast. Shouts out Ricky Bobby.
Shouts out Ricky Bobby and shout out or not so much to the Chaz Coleman situation brewing there in Knoxville. It keeps getting worse. So this is one of the top 10 players who entered the portal. He followed Jim Knowles over from Penn State after 1 year to come to Knoxville. He's got some, I mean, he's homesick. There's some personal stuff going on, but also he just showed up randomly. It's causing a big issue within the Tennessee program. This is another thing that Josh Heupel's dealing with. He had to deal with Boo Carter's nonsense and then
Hmm.
Nico Iamaleava, who I might talk about later on the show, upping and leaving midway through the school year.
Hmm.
But on three's Pete Nakos. I'm going to get rid of that brain rot thing because we're going to prepare for that episode later. On three's Pete Nakos was being asked about like, what are the chances of him coming back? He's like, I think Coleman's future is in serious doubt at Tennessee. I think we're at the point where we're at right now. I'd be surprised if he's a member of the Tennessee football team this fall. And if he's still a part of this team, I doubt he makes any meaningful contributions. And he can't hit the portal either
Hmm.
because Penn State doesn't want him back. And Ohio State can't get him either. He's from Ohio. It's all messed up, dude. What do we do?
I don't know what you do here. And honestly, this like I feel bad for Coleman and to some degree. Like I understand he is a young adult and he's making decisions that are, but like Tennessee threw a bag at him to follow his defensive coordinator and he took it. And like that's kind of the pitfalls of NIL that we're talking about here. Like I feel like there are so many decisions, and not just Chaz Coleman, that are being made over money and over the financials, as opposed to, well, you know what? Maybe I am kind of a homebody. Like maybe I do need to stick closer to home. And like we know Chaz Coleman's a heck of a football player. Like that's not in question here. That's never been in question here. And you read all the quotes like from NACOs, from people going back when the Chaz Coleman situation at Tennessee started. None of it is criticizing him as a football player. It's more about like he's just a dude who is very like he's a big homebody and it takes him a second to get comfortable in a new place. And being this far from home, he's having a hard time getting comfortable. And so like I do feel for the kid because it feels like he made a bad decision and now he and Tennessee are both going to pay for it.
This is going to be very problematic for Tennessee. I'm looking at their schedule. They have the bulk of their games of note are going to be, at home. They got to play at A&M. They're probably not winning that game.
Hmm.
Um, at Georgia Tech could be problematic too. But like some of these home games they have, whether that's Auburn, whether that's Alabama, whether that's LSU, honestly, maybe even Kentucky.
Hmm.
Like you're not beating Texas at home, but like this could prevent you from not only not getting close to the playoff, but you might be fighting for bowl eligibility badly.
No, 100%. I mean, this isn't a Tennessee roster where like you're losing a key edge rusher and like everything else is fine though. Because this is a Tennessee roster that we had a lot of questions with before this. And like one of the things like if you were trying to be optimistic about Tennessee is yeah, you got Jim Knowles in the building. You have a defense that, under Tim Banks did perform pretty well, all things considered over the past couple of years. And you look at all of this and it's like, okay, if you want to be optimistic, that's where it's like that's where the success is probably going to come from with so many question marks on this offense. Like we don't know who the quarterback is going to be for this football team as of right now. And so like the more you look at it, man, there's not many things that you can really count on when it comes to Tennessee right now. And that's a very dangerous place to be, especially when you play in the SEC.
Yes. I was looking at this earlier. The point spreads have come out for two of Tennessee's biggest home games. Texas is going to be laying 7.5 at Neyland, and then obviously, or 7, and I think Alabama is laying 1.5 there. And
Hmm.
look, Alabama's had some troubles in Knoxville of late.
Yeah.
If they win that game, all they really got to do is split like between Georgia and A&M at home, and they're probably a playoff team with their schedule.
Hmm.
But you look at like Tennessee's schedule, man, like this is a way that like it will not only will this potentially knock the Vols out of the playoff picture, this might put a couple of other teams very much in the playoff picture, like
Hmm.
LSU, maybe Auburn comes to light here. But you bring up a great point there with Cullen following Knowles. You said the biggest issue with Knowles' defense is it takes a little bit a while to kind of set it. It's kind of like
Hmm.
Kyle Shanahan's offense there. It takes about a year or two. And this is a one guy who knew it, and now he's not here.
Hmm. One of the first things I saw, like when this Coleman stuff started, and like when it was like even floated as a possibility, or like seemed like a possibility that he might not be on, on this defense, even week one, like even if he just wasn't ready to start the season, like the more you look at it, it's like, okay, well, like what are we banking on with this team? Because you're learning an entirely new defensive scheme with guys who I mean, like you're already playing against the eight ball because of Heupel's offense. Like that's the thing. That's the thing that I keep looking at with this too is like it are Knowles' defense already takes a minute to take get its footholds in whenever he takes a new job, and you're at a place where the run and shoot that Josh Heupel runs puts your defense at a disadvantage because especially and I'm spiraling here because there's so many thoughts going on, but like not only do you have an offense that by nature of how it's designed and the fast pace that you play with, that you're already putting the defense at a disadvantage. But now you have an offense that might not be particularly like cohesive or good out of the gates because you have questions at quarterback. You have some questions at wide receiver of who's stepping up in that department. And you have all these questions about the offense. Well, God, if you're going 3 and out in 45 seconds, like this defense is going to be hurting in a very big way.
Yeah, where do you go? Do you go with Staub to have some level of starts? Do you go with McIntyre where you're like, okay, please win this job, or do you go with the upside of Brandon? And it might honestly be the latter of them. And in that event, this may be like Tyler Bray's first year starting for Tennessee, where he's asked to do a lot, and it kind of warped him in a weird way, and Tennessee kind of hit the skids here. Um, and then the other thing is Golish is in the SEC again.
Hmm.
I understand he was more of like an offensive coordinator and tight ends guy, but he's all former linebacker. So like he can probably what he knows about this offense.
Hmm.
If people haven't been able to figure it out, they're going to figure it out pretty quickly. I'm very, very down on Tennessee right now. This sucks for everybody involved. I like to see him play for the balls, but I don't think this is happening.
No, I mean it definitely doesn't look like it. And like I said at the when at the beginning of this segment, like I hope it works out for the kid because I had like I when I was 19 to 21 years old, like if someone offered me millions of dollars, yeah, I'm probably going there and not really thinking about the repercussions of it. Like I can, as a human, I can relate to that. And I hope it works out for him in the long run. Like that's what I'm hoping for Coleman.
Yeah, he probably won't play this year. This kind of reminds me a little bit of what happened with Reed Gilbert a little bit, where
Hmm.
it's like just a mega talent and just a little bit something's not going on super great upstairs. And hopefully he figures it out because pass rusher is a position where you can make yourself a hell of a lot of money, both college or pro, maybe even high school now.
Yeah, right. And I mean, like, hopefully he ends up going back closer to home where he is more comfortable. Like, who cares if it's in the MAC? Go play for the Ohio Bobcats, brother. Go play for Miami, Ohio. Like, who gives a damn? Like, you can still make some money doing that.
I get that. That makes sense. You go back to Ohio and you're playing for the MAC and they have this really weird handshake and they say, so that's how it is in their family. It's getting hot in here. Brooks Austin put out a hot seat watch and put the whole college football world into a blender again. Friend of the show, I guess.
I'm just laughing at, so that's how it is in their family.
This is George Peterson. Sloan, sweetheart. Nobody talks like that, but apparently us. Anyway, moving on from Chaz Coleman, we're going to look over here to the hot seat watch here.
Yes, sir.
Um, Not really like ranking it or whatever. So here's the guys that Austin has 1 through 10, and then a special guy who's got his own dunce cap in the corner.
That's
Uh,
right.
at 1, he's got Shane Beamer at South Carolina, 2, Luke Fickell at Wisconsin, 3, Dave Aranda at Baylor, 4, Bill O'Brien at Boston College, 5, Mike Locksley at Maryland, 6, Lincoln Riley at USC, 7, Matt Rule at Nebraska, 8, Bill Belichick at North Carolina, 9, Deion Sanders at Colorado, 10, Steve Sarkisian at Texas for some reason, and he already believes that Mike Norvell is already fired.
Yeah, he didn't even give Mike Norvell the time of day. He's just like, he's already done. We're done here.
Let's start with Norvell and Sarkisian and then kind of work our way through the rest of it, I guess.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, those are the two boldest things that he says in this for sure.
Yeah, I was talking with our colleague Corey Long, and he's pretty tied into the whole recruiting and everything with Florida. And we'll get more of this like in our next segment. But yeah, Mike Norvell, it kind of feels like they don't want to put any money into them because the guy just refuses to recruit. It's kind of like Chip Kelly here a little bit.
Mhm.
It's like you need to go, brother.
Yeah, no, I mean, this situation has soured like kind of beyond belief in a lot of ways. Like it's not obviously the results on the field haven't been there necessarily, but like I mean, it almost feels like Mike Norvell is quiet quitting in a way. Like it feels like he doesn't want to be there either. Like honestly, this just feels completely toxic from every level. Like Florida State doesn't want him there. He doesn't want to be at Florida State.
I mean, AD Michael Alford hasn't really helped either.
Mm-mm.
The whole grant rights thing has been a massive problem. The basketball program has not pivoted off of Leonard Hamilton. Is
No,
his run ending?
no.
The baseball team, I don't think is playing right now.
Did they get eliminated?
They might have. I think. Um,
I think they did. Let's see who
yeah,
they lost to. Who won their region? Oh, St. John's. St.
yeah.
John's, who was like, I'm pretty sure the biggest underdog in moving on to super regionals. St. John's.
I mean, St. John's has a pretty good baseball program and like
Yeah,
the Big East and stuff like that. But this is FSU, man. And
right.
I was sitting there thinking, like, why was Taylor Devers upset? And it's usually everything with the team he covers there for Chop Chat.
Chop Chat is not exactly like a vibes curator right now.
No, love Taylor. Don't know if he loves his teams anymore, but
How could you, honestly?
no, like it kind of feels like Norvell is probably in the hottest seat of anybody in the country right now. I think
Yeah,
that like when you talk about other people who are on the hot seat, like Shane Beamer, I think he's got a good relationship with his AD. I think people are like, you picked a horrible offensive coordinator hire with Mike Shula. Maybe Kendall Briles will be better,
yeah.
but like it all depends on how your relationship is with your AD. And it seems right now it's kind of cooked there in Tallahassee.
Yeah, I mean, like, let's compare it to Shane Beamer and like talk a little bit about Beamer before we get to Sark because, like, I do think like in Mike Norvell's case, like, how do you get off the hot seat if you're Mike Norvell? And I know winning is the answer, but like, this isn't a very good Florida State roster. So, like, okay, what's the other option? Like, what does this season have to look like for that to happen? And like, there aren't many paths that I'm talking that you see with that. Shane Beamer, on the other hand, like yes, his seat is hot, but it's not because of a toxic relationship or anything like that. It's pressure to like live up to expectations because you went into 2025 with a level of expectations and you fell woefully short. And like the fact that he is still in this job shows that he has a good relationship with this program, with the administration, and the fact that he's being given another opportunity to hire another offensive coordinator and make more changes with this. So like he's being given the benefit of the doubt, which shows the relationships that are happening behind the scene.
Kind of feels like Dan Mullen a little bit at Florida, where it's
Hmm.
like you're a good head coach, but like the job you're in right now, it's bringing the worst out of you. And maybe you go down a level. I don't know how well Butch Jones is doing in Jonesboro, but maybe you go to Arkansas State, reboot it there, and get the Red Wolves going. Wouldn't hate
100%.
that.
No, 100. I mean, if you're a G6 program in need of a head coach, like you could do a lot worse than any of these guys.
I'll tell you what, who made a horrible hire this past year? That's Tulane. Get rid of Will Hall and hire Mike Norvell. You'll bet you're back to
The
the playoff again.
100, that would be sick. Especially like, I mean, if Tulane goes like 7-5 this year, I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility either.
I think you'd only take Tulane if he got fired. I don't think you walk there because Tulane and Memphis kind of hate each other.
Yeah, 100%.
But who cares about that? What I really care about is Steve Sarkisian being there at 10. Look, I get it. I get it from this perspective of like he's facing an absurd amount of pressure.
Mhm.
This is like Ryan Day a couple of years ago. And it's a very peculiar spot. It's like he's got to make the playoff pretty
Mhm.
much.
Oh, he doesn't have to just make the play. I think he's got to make a run in the playoff. I don't think making the playoff is good enough, quite frankly.
I mean, it really depends. Like, if you lose to like Georgia or whomever in Atlanta, like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe just make the playoffs okay, but you can't lose to Florida.
Yeah, no, you can't be losing to Florida. That's for damn sure. And like, yeah, like I understand like how you can talk yourself into Steve Sarkisian being on this list, but like, is his seat really hot? Like,
No,
I don't see Steve Sarkisian getting fired. Like, I just
no,
don't see that he's and like you want to talk about buy-in from the administration. There's a reason Texas is spending like so not hundreds, tens of millions of dollars on NIL on this football roster. And it's because they believe in Steve Sarkisian. It's not just because like, oh, it's Texas, we'll throw in like if Tom Herman was still coaching this team, there's no way they're putting $20 million into this roster.
no. Like Chris Del Conte is a really good AAD. Pretty
Mhm.
much all of Texas's programs are good. I mean, like,
Yeah, exactly. Like this that I like Sarkisian is not a perfect head coach, and no one's mistaking him for being that. But he's very good. He is very good, and especially in terms of elevating the roster talent, building a roster, and he is a good offensive mind. There's no denying any of those things. It's more about, okay, can we get over the hump? Can we get to the next level? Can you coach in a big game? What is your game plan looking like in a big game, or are you going to piss down your leg like you have in multiple instances to this point? And like he's on this list because we need to see more from Steve Sarkisian, but I still don't think his job is necessarily in jeopardy.
I was going through my head. I'm like, who could you fire? Or if you fired him, who could you possibly hire that's better? And I was really struggling to think of a name. There's only one.
Who's
You
that?
only do it if he's coming. That's Marcus Freeman. That's the only guy you take.
Yeah. And like, is Marcus Freeman going to come? Because I don't know. Like, I don't think that's like a formality by any stretch of the imagination.
No, I think the only way that Marcus Freeman leaves South Bend is to go take over in Columbus, if and whenever that day comes. Like landing, that feels like the same exact thing with Sark.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
I don't know, DeBoer, like people you're like in that category of coaches, like Sataki, replace one B, you got another.
I mean, that'd be sick. I would love seeing Kalani Sitake deal with Texas. That'd be incredible.
That's two. Marcus Freeman and Kalani Sataki. That's you and I.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh my God. That's the second thing I'm rooting for besides Jameis coaching the Florida State.
Yeah, 100%.
Uh, Anybody else on this list that you kind of want to touch on, talk about?
Um,
Um,
I feel really bad for Bill O'Brien, quite frankly. Like, yeah, he probably is the fourth or fifth hottest seat in the country, but like, what's he supposed to do? Like, you're not investing in the football program, and you could have Jesus Christ himself coaching the program, and I still don't think Boston College is investing millions of dollars into the football program.
no, no. I mean, he's probably going to be an OC. I mean, what he did with the Texans, I think people just like dump on, but what he did there was pretty remarkable
Oh yeah,
in
100%.
retrospect.
With like Bill O'Brien is a
Um,
good coach. Bill O'Brien is a good coach.
I mean, would you take him over Bill Belichick right now?
Jesus, yes, absolutely.
If Mike Bobo fails, bring him to Athens, man.
100%. Dude. Like I just don't I feel bad for him. Like again, it's correct that he's here. His seat is very hot because God, they're awful and they were awful last year and they're going to be awful this year. Like it's not getting any better. But like I don't think there's many coaches in the country who could do a better job than what he's doing. Like you're just in a very like hopeless position.
I don't know if you saw this. They try to retire. They want to put the basketball coach in Chestnut Hill in like the Ring of Honor. He's like, no, until you tell me why you fired me, I'm never coming back. And they haven't been to the tournament since.
Boston College is a mess, dude. They need to like give themselves the death penalty for all athletics at this point.
Honestly, just put what people who have BC ties just in a war. Matt Ryan, the Hasselbecks, Chris Lindstrom, Zay Flowers, Jared Dudley, Bill Romanowski. Who else is up there? There's another guy, Luke Kuechly. Just put them all in a room and just figure this out.
Who was that dude who did the 30 for 30 about like shaving points and stuff like that?
Put him in
Put
there.
them in
Put
there.
him in there too, man. Put somebody who's related to Henry Hill there. Why
That's
not? Just
right.
let's figure this out, please, please, for the love of God. The one guy I want to touch on here before we move on to our next topic here is I want to touch on Dave Aranda a little bit.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is Baylor's got a lot of variance this year. This is a
Mhm.
team that we think could get to Arlington, maybe not, but they feel like they could be top half of the Big 12. It could also bottom out pretty badly. Dave Aranda, we're like the one year that Baylor was really good, we kind of felt he won with Matt Rule's players.
Yes, correct.
Not really a motivator, pretty much, the opposite of that. The thing that I'm concerned about is you got DJ Lagway here.
Hmm.
You got a guy who, again, Corey Long picking the brain of the absolute vibes creator of the NCAA division. He's like, yeah, Lagway's got a unique personality. He's not really a leader,
Hmm.
Jay Cutler, Jeff George kind of a thing.
Ah,
And then you're kind of thinking like, okay, if it doesn't work at Baylor, then you're potentially labeled as a coach killer. Mind you, Baylor's his father's alma mater.
hmm.
And I
Yeah,
think his brother's being recruited there too.
yeah, I mean, as a like I look at Dave Aranda on this list and it feels very like it feels tied to DJ Lagway. Like if you miss on DJ Lagway, you're done, quite frankly. Because like D the conversation feels like DJ Lagway is either saving Dave Aranda's job and getting Baylor to like I don't think Baylor is necessarily a college football playoff like even dark horse necessarily like maybe very very fringe dark horse but regardless like if you can get Baylor to 8-4 hell yeah Dave Aranda's job is going to be absolutely safe like I have no doubts about that. DJ Lagway wasn't getting to 8-4 at Florida, man. And like we'll see what happened. Like you talk about like the lack of leadership, the lack of, being the general on the field. Well, God, I feel like Dave Aranda needs that type of guy because Dave Aranda really doesn't seem like the galvanizing type in his own right.
No, there should be some baptisms in the Brazos, I guess.
That's right.
You're in Baylor now. I don't want RG3 coaching this team. I don't want that for anybody's mental health. But like if Baylor goes 4-8, you got to move on. And more importantly, Baylor's going to have options. Baylor will get somebody good. You could
Oh
get
yeah.
Jeff Traylor to leave San Antonio. You could
Hmm.
get Jimbo Fisher to come back in the sport. There's another name out there too that I'm blanking on that would have been really good. You've mentioned it before. I'm blanking on it. Jimbo Fisher. GJ Kenny would be great
Oh
there.
yeah, GJ Kinney. And I mean, another guy on this list, we've seen him win at Baylor before. I don't know if they'd welcome him back, but what's up, Matt Rule? How you doing?
He goes back to a high school reunion, and it's like, I'm surprised you're here. You slept with half the student body.
That's right. That's right.
Oh man, when Matt Rule walks into Waco, Texas, he says this: "Hi, do you speak English? Uh, what country do you think this is? Du hast or du hast?" We mentioned him a little bit before on the program, kind of tied into Florida State. Is Manny Diaz ready to leave Duke to take over at his alma mater of Florida State?
Well, no, because that's Jameis Winston's job. But if it
Shit.
wasn't Jameis Winston's job, Duhas 1S. You and I think very highly of Manny Diaz. What he's done at Duke, like, I feel is one of the most underrated coaching jobs in the country. Duke should have been ass last year, quite frankly. Like, you had Darian Mensah in a roster that was pretty not good. Like, didn't see a whole lot of Duke in the NFL draft when we were going through that. And yes, Darian Mintz is a good player, but like the fact that they legitimately won the ACC is mind-boggling given the roster talent that they had top to bottom. And he just hasn't stopped. Like basically since he got fired at Miami, he has had success, whether that's as a coordinator or as a head coach. He has just continually had success. I think he's also just the right type of guy that Florida State would need in the wake of Mike Norvell. He's not someone who's going to come in there and try to sell you on flash, on past accomplishments, on a brand or anything. He's going to come into that building and be like, hey, you know what we're going to do right now? We're going to get to effing work and we're going to win football games because that's what Manny Diaz has done over the past almost decade at this point.
He's gonna walk in there. He's like, "Yeah, I used to carry a Bobby Bowden sweat towel."
That's right. That's how he's going to
Duke
raise NIL money is selling that.
Duhast won us for so many reasons. As long as you get Duke to a bowl game or close enough, I mean,
Mhm,
defense should be better. Offense will pull back, but you get Walker Egan coming over from San Jose State. He threw for a lot of yards.
mhm.
He'll be fine. The Duke's the ultimate high variance team in the ACC. They can go 9-3. They can also go 4-8.
Yeah, 100%. But like with Manny Diaz, I lean closer to 9-3. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying they're going 9-3, but like I would lean like bowl eligibility. I would lean 6, 7, 8 wins when I'm talking about Duke because I've had that belief in Manny Diaz. Like,
Mhm.
like Manny Diaz isn't going to come in and like try to reinvent the wheel. He's going to come in and just coach football and like do it in a way that is smart and is going to raise the floor, which God knows Florida State, more than most programs in the ACC right now, they need their floor raised because you want to talk about high variance. Brother, we're talking about a team that went perfect a couple years ago, 0 in the loss column, and then got their ass kicked by Georgia and then has never recovered since. Like if you added all of their wins since that point, they're barely bowl eligible.
It's it's really, really, really rough. But you got a guy who's taken what was good that Mike Elko did and has made it his own, has sustained it. He
Mhm.
did the same sort of thing at Penn State, following Brent Pry, handed the baton off to Tom Allen, and then Jim Knowles wrecked it. But that's more James Franklin's fault here. We always think that Diaz got a tough rap there, with Miami. I think it's because his father's a politician or something like that.
And I mean,
Um,
like, I can't even fault Miami because I think they like where they've landed is obviously a great spot. So like I'm not gonna fault them because like Mario Cristobal is the right coach for the Miami
right.
Hurricanes. And so like I don't want to fault them too badly, but like it is also unfair to Manny Diaz. Both things can't be true.
And he'd be the right thing for Florida State. He goes in there's like, I'm gonna kick Miami's ass every year. Like people are gonna be so fired up about that. Plus, he's won with less in the same conference you're in.
That's what I'm saying, man. And like you're telling me that Florida State with Manny Diaz isn't gonna have like 10x the resources that Duke football does?
Oh, I mean, like, plus he's been at Miami. He's been at Texas. I think he's been at Mississippi State too. He's been
Mhm.
at Penn State. He's been a lot of places, and
He's a rambling man, man.
Dude can recruit. I mean, he's getting a lot of three stars to commit to Durham and everything like that. And in a year where there is great consequence for him, potentially with something bigger on the horizon. I mean, like people just want to go to war for this dude, and
Hmm.
people from Florida State want to. They don't even want to. What's the opposite of go to war? They don't want to do.
Draft dodge.
They don't want to go to Mike Norvell's birthday party.
They certainly don't. No.
No, not at all. No, but, I feel good about this. I'm on the Duke beat a little bit too, so
Yeah.
it makes the workday a little bit better, a little bit better.
I feel like we on this here program, we don't have many bad things to say about Manny Diaz. Like
Yeah.
he goes out there and he wins football games, and you know what? At the end of the day, that's his job. And you know what? We appreciate people who do their job.
We all do, man. We appreciate people who take care of business, people who take care of themselves, and people who show up. And unlike Ferris Bueller, he didn't show up a lot. But so, I don't know if Manny Diaz has ever left a voicemail like this, but Ferris Bueller did one time. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't come to the door right now. I'm afraid that in my weakened condition, I could take a nasty spill down the stairs and subject myself to further school absences. That's why Ferris Bueller is coming to you live from Eric Crouch's couch.
Yes, sir.
Heisman sleepers and stuff. Explain to the starters what the hell we're doing with this.
Yeah, so we were thinking about things that we haven't discussed in a while, and the Heisman race is definitely one of them. And rather than talk about the favorites, we wanted to go down the board a little bit. And so I set I on FanDuel Sportsbook, I set the like cutoff for a sleeper at like we need it to be 30 to 1 plus 3,000 or above because before that you got which we know I disagree with this. I've said it a million times. CJ Carr is the betting favorite right now, which is just absurd to me. Arch Manning, Darian Mensah, Trinidad Chambliss, Jeremiah Smith, Julian Sayin, Josh Hoover, Dante Moore, Gunnar Stockton, Sam Levitt, and Jade Mayaba. Those are the people who are below 30 to 1. And so, like, taking those guys who I would consider like the group of favorites, once you get past that, where are we kind of looking in terms of Heisman? Like, guys who could come up and make some noise. I'll start us off, Bueller, because there's one guy I wanted to talk about at 30 to 1 exactly. He's not one of my sleeper picks, but it is interesting. Keelan Russell
Yes.
is at 30 to 1. And for those who are keeping track at home, Austin Mack is down the board a little bit further at 55 to 1.
Yes.
I've been a big proponent. Keelan Russell should win this starting job if Kalen DeBoer wants to keep his job long term, because I think he is
Yes.
the future of Alabama, as opposed to great, we went 9-3 again and maybe got into the playoff, which I think is what Austin Mack is going to get you.
I mean, Austin Mack was a four-star going to play at Washington. Keelan Russell played at Duncanville, Texas, five-star. He's like, oh, I can't wait to play in Ryan Grubb's system. You've
Mhm.
gotten rid of Nick Sheridan. He's in Michigan State. You got rid of Jamarcus Shepard. He's at Oregon State. You can just focus on the main thing being the main thing. You know, I know Kalen DeBoer is kind of wants his kind of guys. He wants high character people here in and around the program. He's got two guys committed in 2027 right now, and Elijah Haven and Trent Seaborn, and they're apparently best friends, which is really awkward, but that's okay.
That's super weird, but cool.
Yeah, I mean, we had that at Georgia with Aaron Murray and Zach Mettenberger, and how did that turn out? Not great.
Shouts out Zach Mettenberger, man. What
Um,
what a guy.
raise your hand if you've been banned from Valdosta for life.
Zach's not here to raise his hand currently.
I mean, we're recording to you live from Eric Crouch's couch, which is in Valdosta, Georgia.
And Zach Mettenberger's never been near Eric Crouch's couch.
He really wants to go to like Wild Adventures too. That really sucks for him.
I know, tough scenes, tough scenes.
Tough scenes. But yeah, Keelan Russell, look, Alabama's not going to have a good offensive line this year.
No.
They need to use the run pass option to counterbalance. And whether it's Mack or Russell, you can do this.
Mhm.
You've got decent receivers. Your defense should be pretty good. Your schedule is incredibly favorable. You got to go all in here. You can't dip your toes in the deep end. You got to jump in with this guy. And Kalen DeBoer, for the most part, has gotten it right with every quarterback decision he's made. I'm going to trust him in his judgment here. Whoever's starting week one, it's going to work out. Ty Simpson played great last year.
Mhm.
Jalen Milroe the year before. Penix in Washington. So I would think it's got to be Russell, but you got to keep this close to the vest because both are probably going to play. When you have the RPO and your offensive line's paper mache, someone's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
And if Mack or Russell, whoever doesn't win, plays well in a couple games, you can transfer and get another opportunity.
No, 100%. And we'll see. Hey, sorry. Huron is upset. There's a storm rolling in. He's sitting here whining.
That's okay. That's okay. Hey buddy, it's okay.
Yeah, he's been under the desk though. If you've seen this arm moving, it's because I'm just soothing our 100-pound baby boy here.
That's
Um,
that's okay. We're gonna be having Miss Izzy on the show here for a while with my sisters in Bali.
hell, Bali, hell yeah, love that.
Yeah. Bro, good job, brother-in-law Kev. The Wake Forest podcast doing good at work.
Love
Congratulations.
that, love that.
Uh, yes. So we got Keelan Russell here. Move down a little bit here, further down the board. I kind of like Bear Bachmeier at 65 to 1.
That's one I almost put on here. I mean, we've talked about it. BYU has a big opportunity in the Big 12 with the way Texas Tech is shaking out. Like, I can't tell you how quickly I scrolled past Will Hammond when I was doing this exercise. Not buying that one, but Bear Bachmeier was awesome last year. He was a lot of fun, and as a true freshman, and I think this offense is going to potentially be better than it was a year ago. I think Bachmeier has the potential to take a step forward, and if BYU is able to run roughshod through the Big 12, like Bachmeier is going to get a look. He's going to be the figurehead for that. So narratively, it definitely fits.
I mean, he's got the name, he's got the notoriety, he's got the right program. I mean, we could be entering a golden age of quarterbacks here potentially for BYU. I mean,
Mhm.
like Lavelle Edwards between what, like Jim McMahon and Steve Sarkisian, like they just had a run for like
Yeah,
12 years.
100%.
That was just great with like Steve Young and Jim McMahon and Detmer and some other another Detmer.
The Detmers, plural.
D Detmers is good there too. I'm also intrigued by two guys at 8,000. Nico Iamaleava and Jaron Sagapolatelli. So Nico and JKS, I think, are interesting too.
I think I'm not looking. Hold on, let me make sure my odds here. There's another guy who I also believe. Yeah, I have a guy at 80 to 1 who is neither of those guys. That also intrigues me. And it's also based on something that you said on this show. Drew Mestamaker is also 80 to 1. If Oklahoma State goes worst to first in the Big 12, which you have mentioned as a possibility on this here program, it's going to be because Drew Mestamaker does a whole lot of shit for Oklahoma State.
I mean, we're talking right now that this could be a loaded quarterback class. It may or may not, because we thought it was this time last year and it wasn't.
Mhm.
He could do it. I mean,
Oh yeah,
this
absolutely.
Maker, the second Heisman winner at Oklahoma State behind Barry Sanders.
Two peas from the same pod, really.
Just Barry Sanders' face when he sees Maker as the Heisman winner. He's just like,
My
it's like
king, my new king.
it's like my great grandfather like looking at a light bulb. That shit used to blow his mind. He grew up like he went outside to the bathroom. Kind of guy.
That's
Yeah.
that's a man right there. They don't
My,
they don't breed those anymore.
no, I'll talk a little bit more about him off air. Iron John Bueller, John Andrew, not John Michael.
Iron
Father,
John, hell yeah.
father and 18 kids, including Pop Pop, number
My
18.
God.
Why the hell am I here?
Because 18 kids, that family tree strong, brother. Strong.
18 in life, man. Just stare at that light bulb, man.
Oh my God.
Um,
Uh, I've got one guy real deep down the list, 225 to 1. And you'll
oh,
appreciate this. It's your boy, Nate Frazier.
hell yeah. I didn't go that far, but I love it. Uh,
So the reason I'm looking at Nate Frazier is like, man, I would say he has as good of a shot as Gunnar Stockton. We know this is going to be a run-based offense. Yes, Georgia is going to have a timeshare in the backfield. Nate Frazier's the lead back. Let's not get that twisted by any stretch of the imagination. He's going to have the most carries if he stays healthy in this Georgia offense. We think Georgia's going to be pretty damn good. And but the bulk of that is going to be behind the running game and what they're doing offensively. Yes, Gunnar Stockton's going to be part of that. Yes, I like Gunnar Stockton as a player, but I think Nate Frazier is going to end up being the more productive, like in terms of his position of what he's doing. Like Gunnar Stockton can be a very good player and not even be close to being a Heisman candidate. I think that's very fair to say about what this season could look like for him.
yeah, behind Frazier, you got Chauncey Bowens, and then you got Dante Dowdle, the Kentucky transfer, a little bit. So Georgia's going to be able to run the ball. I'm not saying his odds to win the Remington are 10,000 to 1, like John Cougar Mellencamp, to win Oscar, but put some money on Drew Bobo to win the Remington.
Love that. Hell yeah. Let's do it.
Just just running behind him. I want him to be. I mean, he has to snap the ball. but he should still wear like some Gene Upshaw clubs.
That's right.
How's he doing it? Just give him
Just
the Remington for that.
just set it next to the ball, and as soon as he snaps it, he slides his hand in. He's ready to go.
It's like Jim Abbott pitching, dude.
That's right. Exactly. It's literally what was going through my mind.
So I had a couple of guys further down the board. Noah Fafita at 10,000, Kawan Lacey at 25, 500, and Mark Fletcher Jr. at 15,000.
Ooh, Mark Fletcher Jr. is interesting. I missed him. I like that a lot.
I'm kind of the belief that Malachi Tony and Darian Mincy cancel each other out.
I think that's very fair. And like, this is a really dumb way to look at this, and I'm aware of that. But Malachi Tony, when we get to August and we get all these preseason college football articles, and you're going to get Dark Horse Heisman, he's going to be in every one of them. He is going to be in every one of them. I love Malachi Tony. He's one of the most fun players in college football. I understand why all of that is the case. The guy who was featured in every one of those articles as a Dark Horse Heisman candidate is never a Heisman candidate. We've seen it 100 times. And like maybe Tony is the guy that you know, finally lives up to the narrative or whatever. But like, I have a hard time seeing that just because of history has told me that what the guy everyone pegs as the dark horse candidate is just probably not going to get there.
He doesn't play the same way, but he reminds me of two of our peers and two guys. One guy I actually went to school with, AJ Green, Julio Jones.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Very fair.
You're going to be in school for 3 years. You're going to go
Hmm.
in the top 10 and you're going to be like a Hall of Fame level player. I mean,
Hmm.
Julio's for sure. And I put AJ Green in too because he played for the effing Bengals.
He deserves like a Purple Heart or something.
I mean, a warm meal.
God knows he wasn't getting into the Cincy locker room.
He goes in there. Imagine like going from like Georgia, just going from like Georgia's dining hall food, which is incredible, like award-winning stuff. And you go to Cincinnati, there's some felon like smoking his cigarettes on top of your eggs.
Gives you a can of Skyline chili and tells you to get on your way.
Is Marge shot over seeing this? Might as well. And Paul Brown probably still thinks she's alive.
100%. No, no question about it.
No question about that. I saw somewhere out there that like there's a non-zero chance that the Rams could try to trade for Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I saw that Stafford's contract like happens to work out nicely to when the Bengals have an out of Joe Burrow's contract, which just go ahead and book that. 2028 Joe Burrow.
Yeah, because we'll know if Ty Simpson's played or well maybe Stetson Bennett will have graduated at that point. I don't know,
Sitting there with a
man.
diploma.
Sitting there with the diploma, and, somebody asked, when it comes to Stetson Bennett's, graduating, I heard this through the grapevine, man. I heard this. My best friend's sister's boyfriend's brother's girlfriend heard from this guy who knows this kid who's going with the girl who saw Ferris pass out at 31 Flavors last night. I saw the line. Because I think Ferris Bueller would pass out at Baskin Robbins.
Oh, and 100%. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. I heard Stetson Bennett graduated. Are you sure? Yeah, he knocked on my
Ah,
window. He knocked on my door.
that's right. Yeah. He doesn't have the diploma, but he says he did. So,
I trust her with a firm handshake.
that's right.
I mean,
You got to trust the handshake at Stetson Bennett Chevrolet.
yeah, I mean, you can buy Manhattan for some beads.
That's right.
I saw the line. It opened up my eyes. I saw the line. Where are we going with this, man?
Yeah, so I looked at what ended up being the 11 national championship favorites, according to FanDuel and odds, and it was 11 because there's three teams tied at 22 to 1. Um, and I then went and looked at their win totals to see what we can kind of glean from these because we haven't really done this. I did it once solo, but you and I have not done this. And so I haven't like looked at schedules or anything to back this up, but I think there are some interesting things when you look at the title favorites. These are in order of the national championship favorites. We're going to start at the top, Ohio State, with a over/under win total line 9.5,
So
which is weird for a national championship favorite to have a 9.5 win total.
you're probably banking on a loss in Austin,
Hmm.
which I don't necessarily buy, but that's okay.
Yeah.
You host Michigan, and then maybe you play Indiana or
You do that. I think they play Indiana, but I actually don't know if that's in the horseshoe or not. Let's see. Indiana, Ohio State. It would help if I could type. It's
But yeah,
in Indiana. Yeah, it's in Bloomington.
9.5 feels really low, man. It does. I
It feels
would
weird.
like I was thinking like 10.5 would be what it is.
Yeah, and we'll get to some the fact that they're 9.5, like I'm not gonna let like odd like lines like change my perception too much of these teams by any stretch of the imagination. But I do think like they're third on the odds list in terms of national championship favorites, but like Texas is also 9.5 here. They're third in the national championship favorites. But like I think it's the game between those two. It's the sports books trying to protect themselves more than it
Right.
is anything. Like, is there a world where both these teams still go over no matter what happens in Austin? Yeah, 100%. Like, even if Texas loses the rematch and they still lose that game, they would only like you could still go through the SEC schedule and still lose one more game and still hit the over on this. Just like Ohio State has the flexibility to lose one more of these games. Like I don't think they're losing to Michigan this year. So like the more I look at it, like it just feels like an easy over on both of those to me.
The only way you're losing to Michigan is if they beat Oklahoma and Oklahoma's good, and then you probably would lose to Indiana at home if you're Michigan, then you would definitely lose at Oregon, and you're
Mhm.
playing for a playoff spot. There may be some urgencies there where I think Michigan could get them, but we didn't talk a lot about Bryce Underwood here, so that's
Mhm.
something here. Look, right now, Ohio State's my pick to win a national championship. I'm probably gonna end up picking Georgia at the start of the year because I do this every year because it's me. But I do think very highly of Ohio State. I think 9.5 is too low.
Yeah, I do too. I will not be picking North Carolina to win a national championship,
No,
shockingly enough.
no.
All right, here's one, the second best favorite or second highest favorite to win a national championship, and just infuriating both of us. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish. I just want you to guess what their win total is.
11.
It's 11 and a half.
Jesus Christ. You know what? They're going to win 11 games and then they're going to lose in the first round. They're going to put CJ Carr up there and he's going to finish second in the Heisman. And then he's going to get drafted by the Jets. And I don't know, maybe they don't play hardly anybody. I think the two teams of note they play is Miami and BYU. I
Mhm.
think they host Miami and they play in Provo. I would venture to guess they're going to lose one of those games. I'm
Yeah.
probably leaning at Provo, I think. I think that can catch them by surprise. There may be another game or two on their schedule that could be challenging.
I was just gonna say, like, I think they could lose both of those games. I don't understand outside of a relatively like no denying, like in the grand scheme of things, Notre Dame's schedule is very manageable from everything we've seen and everything we expect from the teams on that schedule. Having said that, schedule's been manageable before, and we've seen them lose to Marshall.
Yeah.
Schedule's been manageable before, and we've seen them lose to Texas A&M and M and Miami, the only two games of consequence on the schedule last year. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I think Marcus Freeman's a good coach. I think Notre Dame is going to be a good football team, but like when you get down to it, like 11 and a half is stupid. It's a very dumb line in my opinion.
Look, they're going to win 10 games. They're going to make the playoff. I would say we did this like maybe like a month ago where we did like our playoff projections. I think I had like Notre Dame like four. I think you had them like six or something. It's
Yeah.
not like they're comfortably going to be 8 seed or higher.
Yeah, they're hosting a first round game in my opinion. Like I think they have to go 12 and 0 to get a bye personally. Like I think with
Mhm.
this schedule if they lose a game, they're not going to get a bye.
No, if they go 10-2, it's incredibly borderline. I mean, but I think they're
We
probably
saw
going
what
to be.
happens when they go 10 and 2 last year, brother.
I'd say they're probably going to go 11-1 with this, but even with that, that's still the under.
Yeah, 100%. It's the highest win total on FanDuel, which I just thought is absurd. And everything to the schedule. Okay, I'm gonna lump these next two together because Indiana and Oregon are the next two in national championship odds, and both with win totals at 10 and a half. Higher than Ohio State, which obviously has a lot to do with the non-conference not playing Texas, essentially.
I would. Oregon might be the better team. I think Indiana's got the more favorable schedule.
Hmm.
Um, I think there's a chance Oregon might lose at USC, and that might throw a wrench in everything for them.
Yeah,
Washington also might be pretty good. I would take you to beat Michigan and Autzen. I don't know if you draw Ohio State. Look, Oregon, I think is going to go probably like 10-2. I think their schedule is a
yeah.
little more challenging than their. If they go 11-1, great. I think 10.5 is about right. I
Yeah.
would probably go under just because Dante Moore didn't show up in big games.
Yeah, 100%. And can he do it again? Like, you don't have Indiana on the schedule, so I guess that's good. But like outside of that, like I would pick Indiana to go over before I picked Oregon to go over. I think is
Don't
where
they
I
all
stand.
don't they also draw Oklahoma State in the non-conference? I think they
I
did.
think you're right. Now I'm looking at Indiana's schedule. Let me look at Oregon's. Yes, they in Stillwater as well. On
Hmm.
top of
Yeah,
that,
their first like 6 games are a little sneaky challenging here. Yeah, Dan Lanning is going to get him fired up to play. I do think the coordinator attrition with losing Tosh Lupoi to Cal,
hmm
replacing him internally with Chris Hampton, then losing Will Stein to Kentucky, replacing him internally with Drew Manger, like that'll cost you a game. Like you wouldn't win Iowa like you did last year.
right?
That's, I mean, like the equivalent of that, you may lose that, which I think might be to Washington.
Yeah, I could see that.
So, like, if you lose to Washington, USC, you hit the under.
Let me go ahead, just in terms of odds, let me go ahead and tell you, Oklahoma State, Oregon, take the over. My God, they're going to score like 50 points apiece in that game.
Yeah, Drew Mastermaker's going to throw like put up Patrick Mahomes versus Oklahoma numbers, dude.
That's right. Next up, we got Georgia at 9.5.
Georgia at 9.5. I'm gonna try to remove my bias from this. I think that Georgia's going to probably win 10 or 11 games.
I agree 100% with you, and I don't have the bias that you have there. When I look at the SEC right now, and we'll touch on this when we get to the bottom of this of these teams that we're talking about here. I think it's Georgia and Texas, and then everyone else in the SEC. Personally, I don't think there's any team in the SEC that's on the caliber of those two. LSU, if everything were to break right, can get there. There's nothing I've seen from the Lane Kiffin experience to this point that I think everything's going to go right.
A&M's got the bodies. Do you really trust them to put it all together? And that's what I'm saying. Like, there's doubt when you get to team three.
Yeah, 100%. And like I just think it's a tier of two at the top. And so like setting both of them at 9.5, like I'm taking the over on both of those.
Okay, so you get Tech at Sanford, which Georgia has troubles at home versus Tech. They just do.
Yeah, but I also expect Tech to take a step back from last year too.
Yeah, then you got the if the cocktail party is going to be in Atlanta while they renovate in Jacksonville, it's going to be in Tampa next year.
hmm
You do got to play at Alabama. You're probably not winning there.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't know. Depends on how
I
you feel
mean,
about Alabama.
oh, that's losable. Then Ole Miss at Vaught Hemingway, I think that's the challenging game there too. So you'll probably lose either in Tuscaloosa or Oxford, maybe.
Yeah, and like, but I mean, you can, and you still hit the over on this. That's the thing. Like, you lose, like, you go 1-2 in those three games, and you still hit the over.
Yeah, it's like if you're banking on a team to win the SEC, your over under needs to be 10 and a half.
Yeah.
And like I feel like Georgia and Texas should be 10 and a half for that reason.
Yeah, and okay, so before we get to the SEC contingent that I have here at the bottom, Miami at 10.5, which I find very, very funny. Just because Miami should soar over 10.5. They should.
But it's Miami.
It's Miami. And I don't know what to like. If you want betting advice, which we're not actually giving on this show, but if you want betting advice, don't bet this. Don't do it. No.
You got the Notre Dame game, and like, I mean, I don't know if Tech's on their schedule. They always have trouble with Tech. I mean, Duke at home is kind of a sleepy game there for them too. I don't know if they draw UVA or NC State.
Let's see. Miami's schedule. Let's see what we got. Do.
Well, you got to win over Florida State, so we got that for them.
Love
That's
that
great.
for them. You're on the road at Clemson, which could be tricky.
Hmm.
Um, God, this is a really easy schedule if I'm being completely honest.
You got
You
any SMU, Cal, Louisville, anybody on there?
no, if you avoid all of them. Their
Jesus.
their SEC schedule is Stanford, Wake Forest, Clemson, FSU, home for Pitt, at UNC, home for Duke, home for Virginia Tech, home for Boston College. Good God, you better go over 10.5.
Like you'd have to screw up versus Duke or Wake to basically not hit this. Which I mean, like Duke and Wake are well coached, but they're not the same level of talent as you.
Yeah, but neither were SMU and Louisville last year.
No, no.
Like it's just like don't touch this with a 10-foot pole. Anyway, rounding us out. I thought this was super interesting. These are the uh, eighth, ninth, 10th, and 11th favorites to win the national championship. All three SEC teams and all three lumped together. Texas A&M, LSU, Ole Miss, and Alabama. Everyone but Ole Miss in that group has a win total at 8.5. Ole Miss is at 7.5.
I would take the Alabama over. Just, I think that their schedule is just really, really navigable.
Hmm.
A&M LSU, one will probably hit the over, the other one won't. And I think with the Ole Miss thing is like there's some doubt about Pete Golding, in the long run.
Yeah.
And again, like maybe I feel that too.
No, and I'm like I look when I specifically when I look at the three teams at 8.5, to me this says we don't know one of these teams is gonna emerge. Like we just don't know which one right now.
Yeah, like of those four teams, one of them is going to make the playoff with Georgia and Texas, possibly two. We don't know.
Yeah, and like they have no idea, and so they're lumping them all together. Like when I looked at this and like was putting this together, I was like, oh, well, that's exactly what they're doing. Like they're again, like I put on a cynic hat when it comes to sports books because I know how sports books operate, and they're always looking out for themselves and trying to protect themselves, and that's all this is doing.
All right, if we had to power rank them just real quick, like who's like making the playoff to who's not, like if Georgia and Texas are one and two in some order, and it's like three, four, five, six, like how are we doing this? Like what's kind of
Our power rankings are going to differ because you know I'm going to have Alabama lower than you are.
yes.
I think in terms of likelihood of it happening, I would probably go Texas A&M 1, LSU 2, Alabama 3, Ole Miss 4. That's probably
And
how
I
I would do it.
and I would have Alabama and LSU flipped, but that's I would have A&M at the top and Ole Miss at the bottom.
Yeah, like I just think for me, A&M, like I don't know if the ceiling is there, but I do have a lot of faith in what the floor is for A&M. The other three teams, there's a hell of a lot of variance that we're talking about there.
I'll tell you this much. What if you put Trinidad Chambliss on A&M? You're winning national championship.
My God, yeah. Like he can throw a football, which I'm not quite sure Marcel Reed. Like you want to talk about a guy who's 30 to 1 to win the Heisman, Marcel Reed. You know who I'm not like putting any stock in to win the Heisman? Marcel Reed.
I do think Reed gets better because Colin Klein's not as OC
I
anymore.
mean, very fair, very fair.
And people give Gunnar Stockton a lot of flack for not throwing. Like, have you seen Marcel Reed play?
One of the funniest things I've ever seen, or that I've seen this year so far, was people going into Casey Concepcion's tape ahead of the draft, and they were like, "Oh, this guy's really, really good." Because like one of the big questions about Concepcion was, "Well, why wasn't his production there?" And as people watch the tape, it's like, "Oh yeah, Marcel Reed overthrew him like 20% of the time," and I'm like, "Yeah, no shit. If you watch college football, we saw it a lot."
It's like Allen Robinson coming out of Penn State. It's like Hackenberg was his
Yeah,
quarterback.
exactly. Like, why does this guy have 101 targets and like 40 catches? Oh, because only like 45 of them were catchable. Allen Robinson could have had as many tackles as he did catches. Jesus.
He was great till they went to the Bears, and don't do that to yourself.
Never do that.
Love yourself more than that. All
That's
right.
right.
You got anything else for this?
That's it, man. That's it. That's all the lines I saw.
That's all the lines, I saw here, you give us like what, eight or nine teams. I don't remember being sick nine times, man. Let's go under further review. Last segment, let's just discuss why Ferris Bueller, his day off, has remained a cultural phenomenon some 41 years later. Um, I got like 10 things on here I can talk about that are just amazing about this movie. Just you go first. Let's just go through like we do with Zoolander.
No, 100%. Honestly, one of my like Cameron is my favorite character from Ferris Bueller. It's not
Yes.
Ferris, it's Cameron. And he's incredible throughout this entire thing. Like you did it earlier, but this is George Prius. Like that entire scene is incredible. The when he's trying to hype himself up, he's like, I'll go, I'll go, I'll go,
Yeah.
I'll go. I do that like pretty much on the daily. Anytime I'm asked to do anything, I'll go, I'll go, I'll go. Like Cameron makes this movie. He is the perfect best friend foil to Ferris Bueller. Like the
And
ultimate charismatic guy, Ferris Bueller, and then the guy who just can't get out of his own head.
like I've heard of this conspiracy theory where like Ferris Bueller is actually Cameron Fry and Ferris Bueller is actually like,
Mm.
the Brad Pitt version of Tyler Durden.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm gonna drop this here because Team Ferris Bueller on the Slack channel is unbelievable. I'm gonna see if I can do this. Please don't fail me now. Uh, uh downloads. What the hell is this? Just okay, that's Untitled Design 2. Let's go
There we
find
go.
that.
That's the one.
The worst part is just audio. Bama Hammer, Block and Dirty on the dog. It's at the but yeah, this is gonna be great. Yeah, this is Team Ferris
Oh
Bueller.
my God.
Yeah, she made that. So she's Karen Fry. Cam's close to Sam, but
That's
one of the
awesome.
things
That's
one of
incredible.
that's so good. Uh one of my things was Karen Fry's Gordie Howe hockey jersey over top a Dockers t-shirt whilst wearing suspenders is a vibe.
Oh yeah, 100% a vibe.
I mean, he was like what? He was like 29 playing a 17-year-old.
He did it well though. That's the thing.
And the fact that Alan Ruck goes on to play Connor Roy just makes this even better for me.
Alan Ruck's oh dude, man. Anytime Alan Ruck's in something, I enjoy it.
100%. One of the first things I got down here is Charlie Sheen hung out at the police station so he could throw heat in Major League.
That's right.
He apparently just stayed up for like 48 hours to like look like he was on drugs. And I mean, maybe he was just doing that.
I mean, it's Charlie Sheen, so maybe he was just on drugs. Like it's entirely possible.
Imagine if he would have swapped roles with his brother. Like if Emilio was in this role and he was Gordon Bombay.
Would have been a very different Mighty Ducks franchise, that's for sure.
Quack, 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 Mr. Ducksworth.
That's right.
I mean, it's probably not that far off from like 2.5 Men, to be straight with you.
No, no, really not. 100%.
What's he
Um,
got?
the I mean, honestly, like the twist and shout scene in the parade is phenomenal. Like it gets me
Yes.
hyped. That song bangs. Like it's like at this point, like like where we are now, like 60, 70 years old. It's still great. Awesome. And he crushes
Yes.
the entire performance on top of that.
You go from Donkey Shade into Twist and Shout.
Oh yeah.
And it's I mean, my banner on Facebook that I don't really use is still that same.
Oh yeah. And I mean, worthy of being it.
Ed Rooney running and then walking by every doorway, it gets me every time.
I mean, as mentioned, somewhat of a problematic actor and human being, but Ed Rooney, the character, phenomenal, so
Yes.
good.
Unbelievable, man. Like he's so good.
Also, you can tell me because I'm obviously the only child on this show program, but I feel like Jennifer Grey is like a really good portrayal of what it would be like if you had a brother who was Ferris Bueller.
There's a very much a dichotomy at play with like the older brother and the little sister. I grew up with that. Obviously, what Ferris and Ginny are like what a grade or two apart, whereas me and my sister are 4 grades apart.
Right, 100%.
Yeah, that would have been that does play pretty good. So my last name is Bueller, obviously you guys know that, but I had a friend growing up who was dumb as hell who kind of looked like Ferris Bueller.
Oh yeah.
This is the guy that like triple digit SAT score. When I was little, we were like in fifth or sixth grade or something, and he wanted to call my mom to see if I could stay over, if I could sleep over. And I'm like, "What's your phone number?" I'm like, "Okay, it's a 911." And he called the cops on
Oh
himself.
my God.
But he was also like incredibly handsome, like a very attractive looking man. And I'm like, he's got that going for him. He looks maxing, if you will.
There we go. Looks maxing. That like I always related to Ferris Bueller and like I know a lot of people probably say that, but like I'm not a dumb human being. Like I was good at school if I wanted to try. And like Ferris Bueller very clearly is that. Like he's too smart for his own good, essentially. Too smart to care, essentially, about high school. And I think that's the most relatable thing about this movie is being, just being smart enough to not care about high school.
I cared a lot about high school. I didn't care a lot about college. So I ran out of gas when I turned 20,
I
which
mean,
was like,
I didn't care about college much either, but
I mean, I got an early birthday, so it was basically kaput for me, sophomore year immediately. Accounting just didn't work.
you started off hot.
I did. I need to know more about this Rottweiler. What was the dog's name and whose dog was it?
Right. Where did it come from?
We've dog sat for one Rottweiler. She was like the nicest sweetie ever, but like,
Also, shout out to the parking garage attendants, the real heroes of this movie.
like Mr. Deeds, the guy that Rob Schneider plays, that's basically his dad.
Yeah, right, 100%.
Um, I got like five more on here that are just ridiculous, but the next one I got up is the wall full of payphones at a high school. It's such a foreign concept to me, but not to Alan Garner.
No, sir. No. We had one payphone at West Henderson High School.
They couldn't trust us at Walton High School with that. They would no, no. And we were in high school from like what, '04 for me to '09 for you.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
I mean, I only had to use the payphone once, and it was before I was even in high school. I was at like a basketball camp, and my ride forgot to pick me up, so I was just sitting alone in the parking lot, and I used the payphone. The only time I ever used 1-800 collect, if that dates me at all.
100 collect.
That's right.
All right, what other ones you got? Anything else?
The other one that honestly the end credits when Rooney has to get on the bus absolutely slays me. It's the funniest thing in the world.
Bow, bow. Yeah, that was one of mine. Oh yeah, by Yellow is forever an earworm stuck in my head. It is the RFK Jr. of almost instrumentals.
That's right.
Uh, the music video is really, really troubling. Looks like my buddy Steve hanging out with like if my buddy Steve like was the art director for Melancholy Infinite Sadness. Uh, it's oh yeah, the
Oh
moon is pretty.
yeah.
His shoes are all messed up. He stepped in a mud puddle. He eats a mushy gummy bear.
That's right.
Tom Bueller, played by Lyman Ward, ended up being Jake Weiler's father in that Notre Dame movie, aka Captain America.
That's right. Not another team movie. What a movie, man.
And I was like reading about it, like who's he spoofing on? He's supposed to be Noah Levinstein, aka Jim's dad.
They should have just got Eugene Levy. You know he'd have done it too.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Lyman Ward is Canadian too, like Jim Levy.
It was all right there. It was all right there before us, you know. Um, the last thing I have down is, and funny enough, I actually saw it last night when I knew we were doing the Ferris Bueller episode anyway, and it was on TikTok. A conspiracy theory that is apparently like people on Reddit and whatnot have created. Um, that Ferris Bueller is actually stuck in like a Groundhog Day type of scenario. And that's the reason he's able to have such a perfect day. And that's the reason he's able to avoid Principal Ed Rooney as often as he is because he's lived this reality before. And that's why it's a perfect day.
So he's okay, so it's like that movie About Time where you get to go back and do this. He's just been
Yeah,
doing this over and over
exactly.
again.
Yeah, 100%. He's missed this day of school so many times and he's trying to have the perfect day. And that's why everything works out so perfectly for him.
That's I've never heard that before. That's unbelievable. That's so good.
I'm gonna have to rewatch again with knowing that now.
I love that. Okay, I got two more here. The second to last one is I gotta take a sip of water before I say this.
Please
This
do.
is
Yeah, I need some water as well.
it's the last one of 10 I have on here.
Let's do it,
Uh,
baby.
it's gonna be so hard. Uh, can't do it. I have to do it. I have to do it for the team. I have to. I'm going to. Brick Tamland put things into a toaster, so Grace Wheelberger put pencils in her hair. I didn't think it was gonna be that funny to read out loud. It's been sitting on my tab for like an hour and a half, and I'm like, what is this?
I think he's
Grace
a righteous dude.
Grace is like the ultimate pinhead, man.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I'm like, what's your last name? Apparently, like in the novel or the sitcom, Wheelberg is what came up, so that's what we got there.
Didn't even know there was a sitcom. Did not know that happened.
Yeah, Jennifer Aniston played it.
Had no idea. It's first I'm hearing of it.
That's it wasn't good. It existed. And I guess it's like this is the last part on here. We could have done this as a segment, but we didn't. What college football head coach or personality best personifies the idea of Abe Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago?
It's Bert. Brett
Burn.
Bielema, like obviously, not just because he's in Illinois, but he looks like a sausage king of Chicago.
I was thinking Mark Mangino could do it too, but if we're not gonna go like hefty dudes, if we're gonna go like somebody who's a little bit more like he's about the mates.
About the meats.
Sam Pittman. Let's say
Say,
Sam Pittman.
I mean, yeah, Sam Pittman, honestly, like not a hefty dude, but you know who kind of embodies like Sausage King energy is Kurt Signetti. Like he
Yes.
holds himself like he's the Sausage King of somewhere.
Kirby Smart too.
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%.
Imagine Kirby Smart trying to like read a French restaurant. It's like you reading French. It's like, what the hell is this?
The sad part is I took French and I still read it terribly.
Yeah, no. It'd be like that sometimes, man.
I mean, I know what it says, I just can't say it, you know?
And who said we weren't going to have any fun today? Because this was episode 280 of False Start. You can follow me, John Bueller, on Twitter, the X at Bueller118. You can follow Cody Williams at the Sizzle20. You can follow the show at CFB False Start. Like, rate, listen, subscribe, review on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere there's podcasts. Give us a 5-star review. Really helps the show grow. We could talk a little bit more just so I can figure out a way to get out of here. I haven't been able to do this yet.
No, 100%. Yeah, leave us a 5-star review, donate on Buzzsprout. We are at 55 subscribers now, which is absolutely dope. Another thing we did not mention is turning back the trying to turn back the odometer on the Ferrari is just an absolute exactly what I would try to do in that situation. It's not going to work, but you know, I appreciate them trying to do that, and I would 100% end up with that car in the middle of the woods as well.
Kind of reminds me of something I did when I was a kid and why I wasn't allowed back at this friend's house. My friend Jeff,
My name's Jeff.
uh, lived in my neighborhood and everything like that. My mom and his mom were friends and everything like that. Just the dad was basically the Chevy Chase of our neighborhood growing up.
Okay, understood.
And then they adopted a kid and they got too big of a house, too many kids and so they had to move. So I went to high school in Georgia with him. But we went to like his house one time and somehow this is back in my Fern Gully days. Like I gotta save the planet. Like I'm
Yeah.
we found a bunch of starfish that his mom got from like the beach that are like out in like the living room. And we're
Okay.
like, if we put them in the sink, they're gonna come back to life. May have flooded his bathroom. The worst part is it's like this is a house that's like on a slab, dude. This is like this thing that the plumbing is like they gotta like drill and get in there, man.
Oh my God. If we put the starfish back into water, they'll come back.
Uh, it's like you try to think like an amphibian that can grow a tail back, and in reality, you actually kill it.
It's right. That's incredible. That's incredible stuff.
It really is, man. I need to just figure out a Ferris Bueller quote to get us out of here. So I can't. I don't want to look at my MDB here yet, man.
Oh man. Also, like, let's be real. Like, how many generations do you think Sloane Peterson was like a crush for? Because like she was definitely a crush. I saw this movie when I was probably like 9, 10 years old, somewhere in that range, and like was definitely a crush. Like that was like the platonic ideal for like a high school girlfriend. And honestly, 41 years later, I still think she might be.
Yeah, I mean, I saw this when I was like 12. I had this on VHS.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Watched it on my tiny Zenith TV. That's what we did.
Oh dude, this is a VHS that absolutely bangs. It's a great one.
Yeah, and I don't condone piracy. Not that I condone fascism or any ism for that matter. Isms are not good, in my opinion. A person should not believe in an ism. He should believe in himself. I quote John Lennon. I don't believe in the Beatles. I just believe in me. Good point there. After all, he was the walrus. I could be the walrus. I still have to bum rides off people because this is false start.